Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in this one we'll be taking a look at this absolute cesspool Netmarble calls an update, in which they released a new game mode, the Multiverse Saga, and a new growth system in the form of Emblem Collection. Now, when they initially talked about this new growth system, they said that you can get and grow your account or your heroes even further by just playing the game, but that's not true, is it? Because as soon as you enter the Multiverse Saga, you're hit with buy the deluxe pack to unlock Franklin Richards instantly for $40. There is no option to pay crystals, so that's the fault number one they did. They locked the deluxe edition and Franklin Richards exclusively behind paywall, hard paywall, which costs $40 to unlock. To add insult to injury, and in regard to the emblem collection system, the only way to get emblems is by clearing the full story and then going to the final boss, which of course is Dr. Doom. It's Fantastic Four update, and then you can fight him in the various difficulty levels, but the rewards are all the same. And for free-to-play players who don't buy deluxe pack, this is the existing list of artifacts that you can get, and we'll talk about their effects a little bit later when I show you the Excel sheet. So this is the list of artifacts you can get. Once you clear Dr. Doom for the first time, you can clear ticket it, so you don't have to fight the same boss over and over again. You can just hit clear ticket, clear it 5 times, get Valeria Richards biometrics, and get some artifacts, or not, it's not 100% drop rate, and call it a day. If you buy the deluxe pack, when you beat Dr. Doom at difficulty 5, you get a CTP selector that includes a CTP of Conquest. You get 1000 crystals, and you get an additional boss fight, the hidden boss, Dr. Doom, which, of course, Netmarble being the Netmarble and making this game more and more pay to win, has completely different list of artifacts. There is only 2 artifacts, the Mockingbird and Hawkeye, that overlap between the free-to-play and the pay-to-win version. So this, as you can see, this from the deluxe pack is completely different list than what you have from the free-to-play. And now, before we talk further about the artifacts, let me show you just how different the effects from the free-to-play version are and from the deluxe pack version, and an additional thing that I think you'll be quite surprised when you see. So here is the Excel sheet I made of all the available emblems you get as for being free-to-play, and the all available emblems you get for drilling out $40 for the deluxe pack. You can also notice that there are 4 different colors on the artifact effects here, and they all represent a single emblem collection. So for the Spider-Man collection, most of the artifacts give effects that are applied only to timeline battle, as you can see here, highlighted in yellow color. For the Iron Man collection, most of the effects are applied only to world boss, highlighted in green color, and for the Shield collection, most of the effects are applied to Dimension Rifts, highlighted in purple color. You can also see the blue color here, and these are the artifacts that apply in all game modes, like Iron Man Tony Stark here in the free-to-play version, increases instant attack in all game modes. I also labeled with the color black all artifacts I think are priority to upgrade once you get them. So let's check them out. As a free-to-play, you do get all resist increase in timeline battle. That's really good versus elemental dealers. You do get from Mary Jane Watson, you do get increased physical attack in timeline battle. From Gwen Stacy, you get reduced damage from supervillains. And from Felicia Hardy, you deal increased damage to alien characters. These 4 artifacts are really good. Also, from Jessica Drew, you get increased damage dealt to Phoenix Force characters, and from Mockingbird, you do get decreased pierce damage taken in timeline battle. So, I'm not gonna lie, you do get a decent number of good effects even as a free-to-play, but trust me, not nearly enough to stay competitive. Let's check what you get from the green or the Iron Man collection. You get increased HP in World Boss, you get increased all resisted World Boss, you get increased physical attack, increased all attack, and increased damage to mutants, so to Dark Phoenix basically. And from the Shield Emblem collection, you get increased all attacks in Dimension Rifts and increased damage to bosses in Dimension Rifts. So not bad for free-to-play players, right? Well, let's just check what we get for shilling out 40 bucks for the obscene deluxe pack. We do get an additional general artifact, or emblem, sorry, I keep calling them artifacts, which applies to all game modes in the form of Spider-Man Peter Parker, which again, like Iron Man Tony Stark, increases the instinct attack in all game modes. We get Black Cat Felicia Hardy, which decreases damage from males in timeline battle. We get Silver Sable, which gives us energy attack increase in timeline battle. Mockingbird is Mockingbird and Hawkeye, like I've said before, are the only two artifacts that overlap, but she also decreases pierce damage taken in timeline battle. And then these two, like decrease damage from strong and increase poison damage, they're not that important. In the PvE side, from the Iron Man collection, you get increased energy attack in World Boss, you get increased fire damage, which will be important as soon as some fire damage character becomes meta. You get increased damage to females, so you deal more damage to Dark Phoenix and Black Swan, and you get decreased damage from aliens. There are also some things like ignores target dodge rate and decreases pierce damage taken, but while they're decent, they're not good as increased energy attack or increased damage to females. You also get from the Dimension Rift, you do get physical damage increase, and then these ones are not that important. This mind damage increase can be good if you play someone like, I don't know, Scarlet Witch, for example, and use her to farm the Dimension Rift. So you do get more useful artifacts from the free-to-play pack boss battle of Doctor Doom than you get from the pay-to-win one, but when you shill out 40 bucks, you get all of these in addition to all of this, because you can double dip and farm normal Doom 5 times a day or clear ticket it, and then you can farm the pay-to-win Doom boss battle 5 times a day, clear ticket it, and get more and more materials to even faster upgrade your emblems. Now, as you can see, there is about 1/3 of an emblems here and 1/3 of an emblems here. Well, where is the final third? Well, here it is. You can only get these emblems in Crystal Gamble. You have to gamble. They cost 675 crystals, I think, for 10 pull. There is no pity timer at all. And as you can see from the color black, most of these artifacts are extremely useful. So let's see what we have in the Crystal Gamble chest. We have Great Goblin, which applies to all game modes, increases all attack, so that's completely insane. We have Nick Fury, which increases instinct attack. That's also, this should be blue, because it also works in all game modes, I think. I'm not sure, I'll check later, but I think that this also works in all game modes. We get Dr. Octopus, which in timeline battle increases elemental damage you deal. We get Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly, which increases HP in timeline battle. That's insane. And then we have Spider-Woman Jessica Drew, which decreases damage from supervillains. Well, which characters are meta now that are villains? Thanos, Silver Surfer, so you know, there's a lot of characters. Jean Grey can still be relevant in her Dark Phoenix uniform, she's a villain, so this is insane. Then we have Curtis Connors, which in timeline battle increases recovery rate, and Norman Osborn, which ignores target dodge rate. So completely insane effects, all of these. Let's continue to the Iron Man collection, which applies to World Boss. We get Pepper Potts Rescue, which increases elemental damage you deal from the bosses. Then this one, decreased damage from bosses, makes your characters more tanky. There is increased recovery rate, there is increased cold damage, which is really good for characters like Luna, and there is increased damage to evil characters. Finally, from the Shield collection, you do get energy damage increased from Black Widow, you get increased damage to males from Hulk, Bruce Banner, and physical damage increase from Songbird. So massive number of extremely powerful effects only available from Crystal Gamble. So not only do they give you only 1/3 of the artifacts, granted some of them are good for being a free-to-play, when you shill out 40 bucks, you do not get an option to farm every single artifact, just 1/3 more, and then the final third you have to gamble. And in this gamble there is no pity timer like in CTPs or there is no additional tokens you get, so you can get a guaranteed mythic emblem, for example, like there is in premium cards. And there is no method to buy emblem chests like there is in artifacts, where you can farm celestial essence and get and gamble for your artifacts. So the only way to get these artifacts right now is to do a crystal gamble. And the only way to get these artifacts, apart from crystal gamble, is to shell out $40. If you don't do these two, you'll be left with only 1/3 of the artifacts. And as you can see, well, there are some good effects like increased physical attack, increased all attack, increased physical attack here, all resist here. They really can compare to all attack increase from Green Goblin, increase HP in timeline battle, decreases damage from supervillains in timeline battle, increases elemental damage in world boss, increases damage to evil world bosses, etc. So, yeah. So I really think devs need to go back to the drawing board, man, with this. This is... I hate when... I know it's a mobile game. I know that devs need to make money, but locking content and a new growth system behind a hard paywall with no option to farm these materials or some other materials which allow you to gamble for the emblem chests, like there is in artifacts, for example. Like, sure, in artifacts you can go and gamble for crystals, right? But when you gamble for crystals, you get additional tokens, where you get a pity timer token, random token. But you can also farm dimension rifts and then gamble for your artifacts here. Like, granted, the chance is low to get a good artifact, but you at least can farm this for free, and then eventually get the artifacts you want. You do need to get lucky. You do need to farm a lot, but there is an option. There is no option in this. Like, look at this. Look at this. Dimension chest. Mythic emblem available. Wow. And you only get a guaranteed rare emblem. For 675 crystals, you only get one rare emblem. Let's see the available emblems and the chances. So I want Green Goblin, for example, which increases my all attacks. But what is the chance? What do you think is the chance for me to get Green Goblin? Let's check it out. So let's see, Green Goblin, Green Goblin, Green Goblin. Oh, here it is. Oh, 0.1%. Nice, Netmarble. Really nice. And this is the only way I can get Green Goblin, which increases all attacks in all game modes. And this is the only way for me to get someone like Ben Riley, which increases, there is 2% chance to get him, which increases HP in timeline battle. And there are other really good artifacts that are also, like I showed in the Excel sheet, that are locked behind paywall. Now, let me show you why this system will be a problem and make discrepancy between free-to-play players and low or medium spending players and whales, and even higher. And PvP will, when whales max out this collection, will become somewhat unplayable for free-to-play players and low spenders. Why? Well, let me show you. For example, let's take a look at the Tony Stark. He increases, in Verbals content, increases HP to all characters, right? But as you can see, he's only level 1. Now, what happens if I upgrade it? Look, it increases by 0.1, then 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, and then on every 10 levels you get 1 whole % of an increase. Do you know how many levels the artifacts have? It's not 10, it's not 20, it's not 40, it's 100 levels in total. So if at level 24 or 25 I get 10% max HP, that will mean that at level 100, if the scaling is linear, which Netmarble tends to rig in favor of maxed out builds, so I'm guessing that when you max out this artifact, you get either 40 or 50% increased max HP. But you can say, hey Malkut, that's only for world boss, it's not just imported. Well, there is exactly artifact like this, which works in timeline battle. Let me show you. I think it's this one. Let me show you. Where, oh, is this it? Yeah, it's exactly the same. I can't upgrade it and I can't show it to you, but increases all max HP in timely battle. So enjoy fighting Veils who have 40 or 50% increased HP on their characters for having level 100 Scarlet Spider Ben Riley that you can only get from Crystal Gamble. And also, they will have, where is it? Let me find it. They will also have this maxed out, which will increase your all attacks by like 40% when you max it out. You will also have them having this maxed out, which will decrease basic damage or damage received from supervillain's faction by like 40 or 50% at level 100. So enjoy fighting in PvP characters that have baseline decreased damage from supervillains by 50% and increased max HP by 50% from only artifacts. And they'll get 50% all attack from Green Goblin. Only in this. Yeah. Oh, by the way, they'll also have Black Cat, Felicia Hardy maxed out, which decreases damage received from male types by like 40 or 50%. So, does that seem fun to you? Oh, right, and they'll deal more damage to your alien characters by like 30%. Oh, and they'll deal 50% more damage to your supervillain characters when they max out Gwen Stacy. They'll also have like 60% more physical attack. So yeah, does that seem fun to you? They'll also have like 20% increased energy attack. Does this seem fun to you? I think, given that the only way to get all of the artifacts is to do Crystal Gamble, and the obscene $40 for the deluxe pack, which you can't buy for crystals like the epic quests you had, this all makes it, and by the way, the Multiverse Saga is kind of boring. You just go ahead and skip all the cutscenes and the story. You get some upgrade kits, you get 1 or 2 artifacts, and the stages you play are more like a mini games where you have to play by the stage restrictions and rules, but they're not really that hard to pass. Once you play them once, you'll never touch them again. They're quite boring. There is also a collection reward slot that you get when you max out or collect stars by upgrading your artifacts. Like you could have seen when I upgrade my Tony Stark to level 20, I do get additional stars. So every 20 levels you get an additional star. At level 100 you'll have a 6-star artifact. And when you finish the collection, you do get an additional reward. So here at 12 stars you start getting passively some tier 2 or tier 3 or low chance tier 4 materials, and there are some good rewards here like premium card chest, Owning Blessing selector, CTP selector, artifact selector, mighty CTP selector, and then brilliant CTP chest. But to get this you have to have all the artifacts maxed out at level 6, so this will take months and years unless you're a Veil and you shill out 2,000 or 3,000 worth of crystals in the Crystal Gamble, and then every duplicate you get will get automatically disenchanted into these materials, which you can then use to further advance your artifacts. So I'm pretty pissed. I think that this is the worst update Marvel Future Fight has ever had in its 9-year cycle, and this is a terrible way to start the next year after the 9-year anniversary. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you want, you can join the Discord, hang out, talk about new system, talk trash about this game, about this new system. And if you liked the video, enjoyed it, consider leaving a like or even subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.